How's it going, everybody? My name is Duck, and welcome back to Barnyard Gaming for the second episode of Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown here. In the last episode, we just got a snuck attack over at our base, and we're going to continue right from where we left off.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usean peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
Ooh. Collateral should be avoided at all costs.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Useans, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone.
As of 1 p.m. today,
The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process.
Surgical.
Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
Talk about wrong place, wrong time.
In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war. all in the blink of an eye.
Pretty amazing you survived, girl. I mean, when you're going at Mach fuck and hit the ground, there's not much you can really do. Besides pick a god and pray. And hope it's the right one.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape.
How'd that work
They
out?
found out. And set the dogs on me.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, if you're gonna run with a bum leg, you might want to think that over.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advanced element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Sir, yes, sir. Consider it done. Yeah, we can take out the radar vehicles. That shouldn't be much of a problem, honestly. Cloud cover's looking good. It's broken, but it is cloudy. Handleable. Of course, we're bringing my favorite plane. Let's see here. Long-range air-to-ship missile. Nope, I'm not targeting ships. We're going to go with the 4-4 anti-air. I want to double-check that the emblem is, in fact, on, because I didn't see it, honestly. Am I just blind? Maybe they don't allow you to put it on this plane, unfortunately. That's hilarious that, you know, I'm using somebody else's plane here. Trust me, they're going to come into the story later. So we're just going to pretend that it's on there, and it's fine, all right? Don't worry about it. Just like how Wolf is with me in spirit, those stickers are on my aircraft in spirit, all right? We're good.
Squadron, sortie, ASAP.
Copy. See, there's even 2 people in the cockpit. Oh, we're already in the air.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
Copy.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Then crashed into residential areas.
Collateral should be avoided at all costs. We'll avoid collateral at all costs, okay? If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right.
Anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep, working on it. Coming in for a run. Should just take one missile. Yep, target confirmed.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there!
AA guns going down.
It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Yeah, man. Why do you think we're here?
H2.
Whoop, that was terrible aim on my part.
5 to go.
That's fine. Helicopter gets to live to fight another day.
Protect the radar vehicle!
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
Of course they do. It'd be insulting if they didn't.
Requesting permission to move the vehicle. We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now.
Hey man, one thing at a time, okay?
Weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion.
Copy. Gentlemen, continue to remember.
Interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Welcome. Here they come.
Take them down.
Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
Copy.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work.
Hell yeah, hostile has been eliminated.
Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out.
Copy that. They've made their decisions, and so have I at this point.
Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Radar towers going down.
Field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Ooh, miss. Just barely.
Crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
Copy.
Link to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup.
Oh, I hit him. Missile down. Gas tank. Hit.
Target focus. Way to go.
Whoa. This thing's brave.
Without damaging any public facilities. That's gonna be a circus. Enemy transport destroyed.
Copy. We're the best of the best, fellas. Keep it out of civilian territory. We don't have to sink to our enemy's standards. Gas tanks going down.
Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch.
4 missiles out. 4 hits confirmed. What? Disrespectful.
Status report.
Multiple bogies on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
Yeah,
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
probably.
Judging by the
Whoa.
way they look and move, they gotta be drones.
Holy shit, these things have maneuverability.
Doubt about it, we're dealing
Evasive maneuvers immediately.
That doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down.
Holy shit, these things can move.
Agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Column 1.
Whoa.
Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
HQ, we got a problem.
Column 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. It doesn't
Hit
matter.
confirmed.
Destroyed.
He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit
Fuck.
more warning. Missile inbound, evade!
Whoa. Shit, that was close.
Don't try to read their movements.
You can't. Well, what do we do then? We gotta do something.
This one.
Phase 2.
Overwhelmed? Come on. There it is. Pick your moment. That was wrong. Shit. This thing can slow down better than I can and not stall. That's not great.
Golem Squadron, surround him.
Yep, overwhelmed.
Page 2 locked.
Whoa, crap.
Attack missed.
Fuck. Okay, coming in. Ah, missed. High G turn, coming in hot. They're locked onto me.
Shake him.
Whoa, shit.
Crap.
Nope.
Aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Yep, careful.
Clouds, the ice will melt.
What if the drones are in the clouds? There's not much that we can do.
Missile, move. I'm on this one's tail.
Okay, new plan. Who's got one on him? No one, really.
Page 2, missile launch.
Nope, miss. Somebody's got to be the bait here. I volunteer, but you guys got to be able to hit him.
Golem 2, the enemy's reading you. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell
Fuck,
yeah.
miss.
Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya? I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
Oh, I'm getting the most expensive thing on the menu.
You're doing good.
Brownie, keep him distracted. Route him towards me if you can. Crap, cloud cover. No lock. Not a good lock anyway.
Behind the enemy.
Okay, he's past me, circling around.
I got an enemy in front of me and behind me.
Keep calm.
Enemy knows a few
There's my
moves, so
dinner.
That's about it. Just chase him down and pull the trigger.
One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Okay, poor luck. Ah, fuck, come on. This is Duck 1. I'm behind the last one. Somebody route him and cut him off.
Trigger, don't let them give you the runaround. Take them down one at a time.
Gee, thanks. In the clouds, we're freezing over here.
Fox 3, Fox 3.
Oh my god, this thing's fast.
They won't show up on the radar.
Locked.
We're freezing up. I gotta get out of the clouds.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
Really?
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
Oh my
No
goodness.
casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
That's what I like to hear, fellas.
So, maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
We did the
You
best we
shoot,
could.
Someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Yeah, it's not our fault. We did what we could. What a fight on that
Target is
one.
on rails, but there's still military vehicles.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
I always love watching these arrows all the way. You know, it shows you who got taken out, where. It shows how your plane was moving, things like that. You can see what everybody else is doing. I dig it, honestly. I like it quite a bit. I think that's pretty cool. A rank, that's not bad. Was hoping for an S, but that's okay. There were some things I could have done better. Those drones' maneuverability way outclasses anything that we're doing. Jeez. Alright, everybody. Well, I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Duck from Barnyard Gaming. Subscribe today to join the party animals, and I'm going to see you in the next mission.